There have been a lot of rumors between what has gone on between Yuriorkis Gamboa, Bob Arum, and the fight that was supposed to take place between Yuriorkis Gamboa and Brandon Rios. As always, we bring in our boxing guy, Robert Exel, the editor-in-chief of boxing.com. Robert, you know, this fight is still on tap officially, less than 40 days away, April 14th. At the Mandalay Bay on HBO in Las Vegas. Yuriorkis Gamboa has decided to become a ghost and become a no-show in the press conference in Miami, now the press conference in LA. Brandon Rios held up a sign that said that he's a coward and he never wanted to fight. What was your initial reaction when you saw Gamboa ditch the press conference not only once, but twice?
Well, my initial reaction is that, you know, he may not be a coward who doesn't want to fight, but he may be a fighter who doesn't want to fight for Top Rank. That was my initial reaction. When I saw the live stream from Los Angeles, I mean, I could read on the face of the Top Rank officials and staff. I mean, this fight has gone down the tubes. And it's a real pity because this is one of the most eagerly anticipated fights of the year. Agreed.
Gamboa, 21-0. He's defeated the likes of Daniel Ponce de Leon, Orlando Salido, Jorge Solis, and Brandon Rios, 29-0-1, 22 knockouts, is a fierce fighter. And this could have easily been Fight of the Year in 2012. How disappointing is it to all the boxing fans that are still out there and really were thirsty for this fight and feels like it was much deserved?
Well, I mean, it's very disappointing. I mean, people tend to take these things personally, even though it has nothing actually to do with them. But the writers even have sort of gone on have sort of jumped on the bandwagon, and they're demanding Gamboa's hit. Excuse me. They're demanding that Gamboa be drawn and quartered. Some have even suggested he be waterboarded. I mean, the lengths to which people will go to not be denied what it is they want. But Gamboa, again, for reasons of his own, has decided that he doesn't want to fight for Top Rank, even though he has a contract. I mean, that's the crazy part. I mean, he has a contract to fight. Arum wouldn't have gone through these motions if there wasn't a contract, press conferences and live stream. But he somehow or other figures he's going to be able to sort of, you know, control his own destiny. But his destiny's going to land him in court because Arum is a Harvard-educated lawyer, and he's not going to take this sitting down.
So what could come of what may happen in court then? I mean, start with this. What are the policies for violating a contract in the sport of boxing?
Well, I'm not sure, not being a lawyer myself. And, of course, whatever the violations are for violating a contract in any other sport or in any other field, I'm sure they're different for boxing. I mean, boxing operates by its own rules. I mean, that's the nature of boxing. But, again, Arum will definitely pull whatever strings he can to, if not extract considerable amount of money from Gamboa, or try to keep him off of HBO. But, again, he's not really up just against a Cuban fighter. He's also up against Golden Boy and or Mayweather Promotions, because that's where Gamboa is training now. Those are the people with whom Gamboa is hanging out. So it's a real duel of giants here.
I've heard the rumors that he wants to join Mayweather Promotions. He wants Roger Mayweather to be his trainer. Have you heard any of those sorts of rumors?
Well, I mean, it would seem there's so many rumors in boxing. I mean, but it would seem, in as much as he is training in Mayweather's gym in Las Vegas, I mean, that's exactly where he is, probably as we speak. So it's not a rumor. I mean, that is the team with whom he has aligned himself with. Roger Mayweather's a good trainer, don't get me wrong. Daniel Stewart's a great trainer. But we're not really talking about them. I mean, I think I think Gamboa's been sort of drawn into Floyd Mayweather's force field. He's got an incredible sort of gravitational pull because he is Floyd Mayweather. He's a phenomenal fighter. He's a phenomenal success. and a very persuasive personality. And if I'm not mistaken, Gamboa has been persuaded to leave Top Rank.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me because, hey, when you have that perfect record and you have fought the kinds of fights that he has, you earn that respect in the public eye, and you can easily persuade people because of your accomplishments. Todd DeBuff has added a $100,000 bonus to the winner of this fight. Do you foresee this fight still happening in less than 40 days?
It seems very unlikely. $100,000 once everybody gets their cut is suddenly reduced to $30,000. It seems very unlikely that that's the kind of money that's going to turn Gamboa's head, especially if Gamboa is hanging out at the big boy mansion with Floyd. I mean, it's a whole different experience, and I mean, it could turn the head of a lesser man, and Gamboa is not a lesser man, but he's as susceptible to the Mayweather charm as anybody is.
Maybe it is just my fan side talking, but I truly, truly hate this. What could have been a very good fight, and one that we could be talking about for a long, long time, is now going south because one guy doesn't like his promoter and wants to jump ship. I mean, it seems like there should be some sort of punishment on this guy, don't you think?
Well, possibly. I'm not a real sort of discipline and punish kind of guy, but I mean, it's certainly possible. And again, I mean, if Arum has any say in the matter, he will be punished. Again, whether it's financially, whether it's through HBO. But again, I mean, Arum has power, but Golden Boy perhaps has more power. I don't know that they're as expert. They're certainly not as experienced, but they're a powerhouse. So, I mean, this is really not going to be David and Goliath. This is really going to be Goliath and Goliath, with David sitting on the sidelines with Roger Mayweather, you know. But it is disappointing. There's no question about it.
This is my last question to you, Robert. Where were Bob Arum's errors in having his own fighter turn on him like this?
Well, I mean, it happens all the time. I mean, we don't even know that Bob Arum made errors. I mean, it could just because there's so much personal animus from Floyd Mayweather toward Bob Arum, much as there's personal animus from Oscar De La Hoya toward Bob Arum. The reasons for that, I don't know. I mean, promoters are promoters. I don't know that any promoter is any different from any other promoter. But again, Arum's an old man. He's of a certain race. He's of a certain religion. He's of a certain creed. And some people don't like him. Manny Pacquiao doesn't feel that way. But Floyd Mayweather certainly does, and Oscar De La Hoya certainly does. And by the looks of it, so does Yuriorkis Gamboa.